Hey, what's up guys? It's Wes, the Suburban Viking. I am from Midgard Axe. I want to throw a quick video up. I did this wall here. I got tired of my axes being put somewhere and having to rummage through them to get them out, especially for my daily throwers. This wall I'm going to utilize in the future. It's going to be used for daily throwers. It's going to be used for axes that I'm currently testing and some axes that I need to get to. So this is kind of the wall. I'll roll some video in now of how I built this. Pretty simple, guys. It was a pretty simple build. I don't have a ton of space in my house, so I have to utilize little areas here and there to try and store things and hang things. I love hanging axes on walls. I think it's cool looking. If you got all the material brand new, this whole setup would cost you around 85 bucks, including the screws, okay? Depending on how much plywood is, where you live at, and the sizes that you get, this whole thing cost me around $85 if I bought it brand new. Of course, I reused existing material that I already had from another project. So, getting into what this is about, I threw 3 pieces of 3/4 inch plywood up on the back wall into studs because I needed this to stick out from the wall. I wanted it to come out from the wall a little bit. I like that 3D effect look. So it comes off the wall a little bit, and then I was able to put the screws into the cedar planks into those 3/4 inch plywood pieces in the back to hold everything up. Measured them. They're about the same length as this here. I don't remember what the measurement was, guys. You know, if you do this, you're going to have your own measurements. But I got 3 running on the wall back here. These cedar planks are really cool, but they are a little thin, okay? That's why I use a 3/4 inch plywood in the back as well. The best way that I can tell you, at least if you're running them like this, the best way I found to do it was to start with one board at the very bottom or very top, however you want to do it. I started at the bottom. And then what I did was that I ran screws into it, but I didn't tighten them all the way, okay? If you tighten it all the way, the tongue and grooves are a little bit harder to get in. So what I did was I barely put the screws almost to the end, and that way I had a little bit of room with that first board. And then when I went to go put the tongue and grooves on the second board, I had a little bit of movement. A lot of the boards were kind of like angled like this. You know, they were a little bit warped. So, you know, you had to kind of flex it a little bit to get it straight to go in there. If you screw the screws all the way in and then try to put one on there, it's kind of a pain. I suggest trying that. It might help you out. So I went ahead and started with the bottom board, put the screws in, and started sliding the board, the next board over it. What I did was after I got that board in, I went back to the first board, tightened it down, but left the second board loose, threw the third board on, and then tightened with screws the second board, and literally did that all the way up to the top. After I got all the boards in place and screwed in, I went ahead and started on the finish. Now the finish, I was going to do a stain or a dye, couldn't decide, and then I decided to go with something more natural, so I left it the way it came and just kind of gave it a burned finish. I went through each board and kind of burned it with my propane torch. After I did that and gave everything a burning, I came back and put 2 coats of tung oil on it. The tung oil really brought out the richness and really brought out like a kind of like a glow to the wood. It looks really good after that tung oil was put on it. Now I will tell you the boards come a little rough, so what I did was I took a rag and kind of scrubbed the boards. Didn't have anything on it, which is a regular you know, soft rag, and just kind of like scrubbed the boards. I got a ton of dust and a ton of dirt off of it before I started doing anything. If you do plan on putting some type of dye or stain on these boards, I recommend cleaning them because these things come really nasty and really dirty. After I let the finish dry and I was done, I went ahead and started hanging the axes. The axes are hung with leather straps, okay? You can get them off of Amazon. They come in rolls, okay? You can get them from anywhere. Just type in leather straps or leather rolls, and you can get them. They come in different, you know, yardage. And I got different thicknesses too. I've got a ton of that leather. It's really pretty decent for the money. And it works great to hang axes with. So what I did was, this was the most pain in the ass part out of all of it, was trying to get the leather strap, the circumference I needed to hang the axe securely, but give me enough room to be able to pull the axe in and out. If you're not careful, when you go to install this, you'll install it too tight, and then you won't be able to pull the axe out. You also have to account for the knob too, when you go ahead and when you're doing these leather straps up here by the axe head, that you can pull that knob out when you get to the end. Fairly simple, fairly easy. I just used wood screws, and I got the black ones. Kind of measured everything and then started sinking my axes into the leather straps into the wood to hold the axes. And I got these two up on camera now, and then I continued with it. Pretty simple, guys. I've got this thing set up. It's really cool to be able to just pull stuff out if I need it really fast. And then if I need to put it back in, I kind of just do one of these numbers where I kind of guide it back in and then set it back up here. Pretty simple. These axes here in the center, I know you might be asking, well, how do you get this axe out? Well, what I do is I just pull this up, and then I can pull this back down, and I've got my axe. I didn't want to leave this center section with nothing there. It kind of felt like wasted space. So I decided to do it like this. I just pull this axe back out, slide this through, it goes in right there, and then I can drop this axe back. Also, really fast access. If I needed an axe for some reason, I can pull it out really quick. But all in all, guys, it's a pretty cool little design. I do like this setup. It's way better than the one that I had before, where I just kind of like set axes on little wooden hangers, and it was just a big disaster. This is a cool little background that I use in videos. It'll also be a cool background to be able to stick axes that I like and kind of show you guys, like putting them up on this wall with leather straps and giving them an A-OK, they're a good axe. And hanging them on the wall at the end of each review to show you it's kind of something. I thought it'd be kind of cool. But this is the wall. Like I said, for under $100, you could do it yourself. You could get crazy with it. You could decorate it. I actually have, hold on one second. I haven't actually installed them yet. We'll see what it looks like. I'm not sure. But I did get some LED strip lights. And one of the reasons why I use that 3/4 inch plywood to pull this off the wall a little bit. One, because I wanted to be a little bit more sturdy with the plywood. And two, what I wanted to do was I wanted to decorate this a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if it's going to look good or not. I'm going to try it. But I'm going to take these LED strip lights. And because it's recessed off the wall, I can stick my finger back in here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these LED strip lights kind of like in the back. Probably about 1/4 inch back all the way around this. And see what it looks like with light coming out of the sides. Thought it would be kind of cool looking for videos. If it looks like trash, I'll take it down. But if not, I'll give it to my kids. They'll enjoy it. But I'm going to try it, see what it looks like. But this is what we got. Yeah, guys, so under $100, you could do this yourself. I think the only thing that was kind of a pain was the leather straps for each one of the axes, just trying to measure them up and drill them in. But other than that, thought it'd make a great background for future videos, and I thought it was a cool setup. A little bit better than having my axes stored the way I did. So appreciate your time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope I gave you a little bit of inspiration to do something with your axes at your house. So until next time, guys, see ya.